Coming up shortly, Chelsea boss Mauricio Pochettino says his team are missing something after they failed to beat 10-man Burnley in what he described had been a must-win game at Stamford Bridge, which ended disappointingly 2-2, having led twice. Now Chelsea are reportedly preparing to sell both Conor Gallagher and Reece in a bid to comply with financial fair play rules. The main content follows. Kindly smash the like to support the channel. Remember to also subscribe and turn notifications on for this channel. Mauricio Pochettino conceded Chelsea are missing something after they failed to defeat 10-man Burnley in what he reflected had been a must-win game at Stamford Bridge, which ended disappointingly 2-2, having led twice. Cole Palmer's second strike of the afternoon, drilled into the bottom corner from Raheem Sterling's deft flick, looked to have nicked it for the hosts, but Pochettino was left to rue yet another opportunity missed, after Dara O'Shea salvaged the visitors an unlikely point 3 minutes later. "That is why I'm so upset and disappointed," the Argentine said. "It's more here in the heart and here in the head than in your legs. It's about being strong like a group, strong like a team. But when we didn't have the ball, we don't have the same energy. Today, sorry, I am not happy with the performance when we don't have the ball. It's difficult to accept not to win. It was a must-win game to be in a position to attack." Standing at 5 games, Chelsea's unbeaten league streak is now the longest they have enjoyed in almost 18 months. The Argentine added, "They need to realize that competing is different to playing football," the manager added. "We can be there and play, but we need to increase our level. It's not about blaming the players. Maybe we need to be tougher with them. We need to be more ruthless, find better communication, be more competitive. We are missing something. That's why we are where we are. When we don't have the ball, we need to increase our capacity to recover it." Now Chelsea winger Mudryk was rewarded for his recent improvement with another start against Burnley, occupying an attacking threat from the left wing. The 23-year-old had a bit of a mixed bag overall, which included missing chances but also earning his side's penalty for the opening goal. Speaking via the Evening Standard before yesterday's game, Chelsea boss Mauricio Pochettino said he's noticed Mudryk grow into a much more mature player as the season progresses. In data recorded by FOTMob from Chelsea vs Burnley, Mudryk scored pretty highly in some areas for his 90-minute display. 4 chances created, 74 touches, completed 75% and 74% of his dribbles and passes respectively, and won a penalty for Chelsea. A section of Chelsea supporters on social media all agree Mudryk actually played well and was a rare positive on another disappointing day this season. Chelsea skipper Conor Gallagher was branded shameful after appearing to snub a young mascot ahead of the draw with Burnley. Gallagher was handed the armband for the clash with the Clarets at Stamford Bridge on Saturday. As the players walked out of the tunnel, they were accompanied by mascots, with Gallagher having 2 to look after on Saturday. They were already waiting in the tunnel for the players when Gallagher and his teammates exited the dressing room. As Gallagher walked down the stairs in the tunnel, one of the mascots smiled and held out his hand for a high five. Gallagher then turned around to move his second mascot ahead of him. The midfielder's actions left Chelsea fans furious, with the skipper coming under fire for apparently ignoring the youngster. One said, "That poor kid that got completely blanked by Conor Gallagher." While another fumed, "This is highly shameful and embarrassing." Finally, another supporter demanded Gallagher say sorry to the mascot, writing, "Conor Gallagher needs to apologize to this boy." Gallagher played an hour before being substituted off, with Chelsea left disappointed they were unable to beat the 10-man Clarets. Now Cole Palmer has achieved something only 4 other Chelsea players have done following the 2-2 draw against Burnley. Palmer scored twice, but it wasn't enough to get all 3 points, with the Blues still 11th in the table, with European qualification of any kind looking more and more difficult. Nevertheless, there was one positive to come out of the game, with Palmer yet again performing brilliantly as he cements his status as the club's best player of the season. The attacking midfielder has now registered 13 goals and 8 assists in the Premier League so far this season, meaning he has become only the 5th player to reach 20 goal involvements in the debut campaign with Chelsea. He is also the youngest player in Chelsea's history to reach that milestone at the tender age of 21. This feat has only previously been achieved by Blues legends Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank 32 goal involvements, Diego Costa 23, Cesc Fabregas 21 and Eden Hazard 20. In all competitions, Palmer has scored 18 and assisted 12 in 38 games since his £40 million plus move from Manchester City last summer. The England international will now be hunting down Hasselbank's tally, with 11 goal contributions needed in 10 games to match that feat. But after the Burnley draw, Palmer was furious that his team had bottled the win. "It's poor, really, it can't happen, especially when they go down to 10 men, he told Sky Sports. "We got too comfortable, same story, we kill ourselves every week. It's got to improve from us as players. We need consistency." Moreover, Cole Palmer's brace against Burnley saw him overtake Jude Bellingham in terms of goal involvements. With 30 goal involvements in all competitions this season, he now has one more than Real Madrid maestro Bellingham. In total, Palmer has chipped in with 18 goals and 12 assists in all competitions from 38 matches. And he could have had more assists to his name if Raheem Sterling had tucked away his late attempt after being picked out by the 21-year-old. And Blues fans believe this proves that Tim Sherwood was right in his assessment of the England international and his Chelsea teammates. In an interview with Palmer earlier this month, Sherwood told the ex-Manchester City midfielder that the team should be built around him, insisting, "All you need is some good players to play with." While Palmer was praised for how he handled the awkward praise, Chelsea fans believe the disappointing display yesterday proves Sherwood was correct in the squad not being good enough. ESPN pundit Steve Nicol claims 22-year-old Chelsea star Nicholas Jackson is playing in the wrong position after Burnley display. Steve Nicol wasn't impressed by what he saw from Chelsea's Nicholas Jackson in the draw versus Burnley. The 22-year-old striker once again led the line for the Blues, something he's done to good effect recently. He did miss a couple of big goal-scoring chances this weekend. As a result, Nicol suggests Jackson is not a natural number 9. Jackson up front, not a centre-forward. He had 2 chances today and should have scored with both of them, Nicol told ESPN. "You can praise the goalkeeper Mudryk for saving him, but the truth is it's a toss-up whether Jackson hit him or he saved it. 2 clear chances. Jackson is not a centre-forward." Now pundit Steve Nicol again thinks £50 million Chelsea man, Raheem Sterling has become so unpopular after Burnley draw. A couple Chelsea players disappointed supporters, with Nicol going as far as to label one of them a villain. Chelsea had chances to win the game, with Nicholas Jackson and Raheem Sterling wasting opportunities in the second half. Of course, the 2 attackers cannot be solely blamed for Mauricio Pochettino's team dropping points. There was some awful defending at the back, while goalkeeper George Petrovic probably could have done better for Dara Oshia's goal. However, the above would not have mattered if Sterling did not miss a header from point-blank range, which has not gone under the radar. Speaking about the winger's miss on ESPN, Nicol said, "They bring Sterling on and he's got the most incredible chance, probably 7, 8 yards out, a free header, goalie to beat and puts it about 20 yards wide. He could have been the hero, becomes the villain once again. Every time you go to Stamford Bridge, you don't know what you're going to see. It's just incredible." Burnley manager Vincent Kompany refused to leave the touchline after he received a red card during his side's 2-2 draw against Chelsea in the Premier League on Saturday, March 30th. The former Belgian defender was left incensed on the sidelines after the Blues were given a controversial first-half penalty. On loan defender Lorenz Insigne brought winger Mykhailo Mudryk down in the box, and was shown a second yellow. Replays showed that Insigne merely stuck a hand across Mudryk but did not make any obvious contact with the Ukrainian. VAR had a check and confirmed the on-field decision, with Cole Palmer slotting a Panenka penalty down the middle. Kompany then confronted referee Darren England, and was shown a straight red card for his aggressive demeanor. He refused to leave the touchline, and was heard shouting a bunch of expletives as well as saying that was never a foul. Despite being 1-0 behind, a man short and with their manager sent off, Burnley managed to salvage a point at the Bridge. Chelsea defender Malo Gusto suffered a hamstring injury in the shameful 2-2 draw with Burnley at Stamford Bridge. The young French right-back had struggled at the beginning of the game, with Wilson Odobert causing him plenty of problems. However, he bounced back and delivered another terrific performance defensively and offensively. Unfortunately, he pulled up in the 84th minute and had to come off for Alfie Gilchrist, adding to Chelsea's well-documented injury woes. The Blues have Trevoh Chalobah, Reece James, Wesley Fofana, Christopher Nkunku, Ben Chilwell, Romeo Lavia, Leslie Ugochukwu, Levi Colwill, and Robert Sanchez sidelined. Chelsea's constant injury problems have been causing a stir, with many wondering how many players keep dropping like flies. Manager Mauricio Pochettino claimed it was not a result of his training methods and that his coaching staff knew why it had been happening. To some transfer news, Chelsea are preparing to sell both Conor Gallagher and Reece James in a bid to comply with financial fair play rules. The Blues have spent a staggering £1 billion in transfers alone ever since the Clearlake Capital-led takeover in the summer of 2022, and the West Londoners are now finding themselves at risk of breaching the Premier League's profitability and sustainability rules, just like Everton and Nottingham Forest. That is why Chairman Todd Burley could look to sell academy graduates who will command a large fee due to their status. According to the Sunday Times, Chelsea have decided to put both James and Gallagher up for sale as they look to generate well over £100 million in additional revenue. That is to avoid surpassing the Premier League's £105 million limit on allowable losses over a 3-year period. James is a key member of Mauricio Pochettino's squad but has been limited to a mere 9 appearances so far this season due to an ongoing injury hell. The fullback underwent hamstring surgery in December and returned to first-team training at the beginning of this month, and Chelsea chiefs have slapped a £60 million price tag on the England international as suitors have taken notice. The club's hierarchy is in a bigger rush to sell Gallagher as his contract runs out in 2025. Therefore, the Premier League giants are at risk of losing the midfielder for free next year, as he doesn't appear keen on penning fresh terms at Stamford Bridge. Arsenal and Chelsea transfer target Victor Gyokeres could be set for a new increased release clause as Sporting Lisbon look to secure a bigger fee. That's according to new reports in Portugal, which claim that Gyokeres agents have travelled to Lisbon to discuss a deal which will bump up his release clause. Arsenal are currently leading the race to sign the 25-year-old Sweden international striker, but Chelsea are hoping to tempt him to Stamford Bridge. Gyokeres has massively impressed in the Portuguese top flight since he joined Sporting from English side Coventry City, producing 36 goals and 14 assists across his first 40 games for Sporting. According to Portuguese newspaper A Bola, Sporting are fully aware that a record sale is on the cards for the summer transfer window. It was previously thought that Gyokeres had a £43 million price tag, but that may now go up if his agents can land him a better deal. And finally, in today's update, AC Milan are reportedly interested in roping in Chelsea defender Badiashile to strengthen their backline in the upcoming summer window. The 23-year-old has struggled to shine at the West London outfit since arriving from AS Monaco for around £33 million past year. He is currently below veteran Thiago Silva, Blues Academy graduate Levi Colwill, and summer signing Axel Disasi in the club's pecking order. As a result, according to the Mirror, AC Milan are currently keeping tabs on the ex-Monaco man's situation at Stamford Bridge. However, the Blues feel that their star could realise his potential at the club soon. We appreciate your attention. See you another. Catch us again in our next video. Now, subscribe and smash the bell icon so you don't miss. Have a wonderful day.